Is fat shaming necessary and effective? Should fat shaming be an acceptable means of getting people to lose weight? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Just to get straight into the topic of this video, we are going to be talking all about fat shaming. What is fat shaming? The action or practice of humiliating someone judged to be fat or overweight by making mocking or critical comments about their size. This is a very serious and sensitive topic, so while I'm all for having opinions that are expressed through healthy communication and dialogue, I want to continue to make sure that we understand that this is a safe place, and therefore I will not tolerate any blatant rudeness or ignorance in my comment section. I am fat. I am fat. I am fat. Oh, I know, shocker. I've really been an undercover skinny legend this whole time. I know I'm fat. I'm not offended by this word. I'm not offended by the word fat because to me at this point, being fat doesn't mean anything except for a weight descriptor. The literal definition of the word fat, when used as an adjective, literally means a person having a large amount of excess flesh. So I'll be using the word fat, but it is not to be insensitive because the word fat, believe it or not, is subjective. I feel like the word fat has been so overused to describe people of all different body types and heights that I'm not really offended by it. It's lost its meaning because this can be considered fat, but this is also fat. A lot of people have both very mixed and very strong opinions about fat shaming. On one end of the spectrum, we have the people who believe fat shaming is harmful to a person's health, both mentally and physically, and that fat shaming can actually drive a person to gain more weight and become depressed and develop eating disorders, low self-esteem, anxiety, exercise avoidance, and body dysmorphia. On the other end of the spectrum, we also have the people who believe in tough love, that bullying somebody about their weight so much to the point that they snap, essentially, will in turn have a positive effect on the person, because if they want to stop getting fat shamed, they will do anything and everything in their power to lose weight.
Anyway, so
therefore, the original goal, which was weight loss or the encouragement of weight loss, was achieved, and that the fat shaming is essentially the best way to fight obesity. And then we also have a mix of everything in between. So let's talk about it. Does fat shaming work? Over the past couple years, obesity has become quite the epidemic in the United States. And I'm mainly going to be focusing on the United States because that's where I'm from. Over 160 million Americans are what is considered overweight or obese. So that's 3/4 of men and 60% of women who fall into that category. Now, for the purposes of this video, I will not really be focusing on the discussion of people who are considered overweight. I will mainly be focusing on the discussion of people who are considered obese or morbidly obese. And that is because when it comes to the topic of obesity and fat shaming, the number one argument that people have, the number one reason or excuse they use to try and argue that fat shaming should be acceptable is by using the health argument. It's unhealthy, that's why we're fat shaming them. They deserve to feel bad about their bodies because they're unhealthy. When we think about the two extremes when it comes to a person's body weight, whether they're severely underweight or severely overweight, the ways in which the world treats them are vastly different. When someone is underweight, more often than not, they are offered help, not shamed. And that is not to say that the body shaming of people who are underweight does not happen at all, because it does, but there seems to be a completely different energy surrounding obesity and morbid obesity, correlating obesity to being lazy, good for nothing, who doesn't care about themselves, and is a glutton. A large majority of the time, obesity is overlooked. When someone is obese, people don't really take the time to think about how or why they got to where they are, because it's easy to just have the first initial thought be clearly they don't care about their health, not taking a second moment to think about the fact that there are people who have eaten so much to the point where they literally can't get out of bed by themselves. They can't go to the bathroom by themselves, they can't clean themselves, and in extreme cases, people who can't even fit through the front door of their homes and have to be airlifted from their homes. It's extremely unhealthy and it's not normal, and it's unfair that a majority of the time people will completely turn a blind eye to the complexities of obesity and just write it off as someone being greedy and not wanting to exercise. Overweight people are also very often overlooked and ignored in the medical field. They are misdiagnosed when they have medical concerns, and any of their concerns are silenced because people seem to think that the only medical health concerns overweight people should be having is being overweight. I am overweight. I was also fat shamed a long time ago, probably when I was like 15, 16 for my weight. I used to weigh 375 pounds at my biggest, and at my smallest, I was 160 pounds. I was basically bullied into losing weight, and most of my friends and family who fat shamed me genuinely believed that they did nothing wrong because in their eyes, it worked. They got me to lose the weight. So did it work? For me, kind of. I know it works for others as well, but there are so many other people out there that it doesn't work for. The craziest part is even after I lost the weight, I still had people commenting on my body for the opposite reasons now. Constantly being asked, are you eating? I'm worried about you. Are you okay? You've lost so much weight. Like, isn't that what you wanted? The moral of the story is you can't please everybody. It was just so interesting to me how they treated the two so vastly differently. When I was overweight, it had the underlying tones of aggression and lose weight, like do this now. There wasn't very much encouragement, but when I was losing weight, but they were concerned for how much weight I was losing, even looking at the terminology, like there's a genuine concern now the underlying tones and it's just so interesting to me that there seems to be more of a concern for one than the other, and then what seems almost like a detest for the other. Moral of the story is you can't please everybody. To sum it up, and some things that are worth thinking about, losing weight is hard. Size does not equate to health. There's differences in body types, metabolisms. There are lifestyle choices and lifestyle changes that people make all the time. It can affect your motivation, confidence, willpower, mental strength. I feel like we're conditioned to hate fat people. Eating habits have nothing to do with it. And sometimes people use food as a coping mechanism. So let's have an open dialogue and discussion surrounding fat shaming. What might be a better alternative? Is fat shaming for the greater good? Leave your thoughts down below. Thanks for tuning in today's video. If you like these videos and want to see more videos, then don't forget to like and subscribe, but also tune in next time for more videos. And don't forget to please contribute to the conversation. I really want to hear your thoughts. So whether you're pro-fat shaming or anti-fat shaming, let me know your thoughts regarding the discussion in the comment section below.